Hello, hello. I just made the video on the mace, so I thought I may as well do the other blunt weapon I have. That would be the kanabo. The kanabo is a wooden weapon used in Japan around the 14th century. It is made of strong hard woods and has studs, metal studs implanted in it. I think they would have used iron for the studs. It doesn't really matter what they are made of because it's studs. They're not going to get broken anyway. Now the kanabo was a anti-armor weapon basically. It is quite heavy. You cannot wield this thing with one hand, at least not effectively. You'd want to use two hands pretty much always. Even then, it's very sluggish, very unwieldy. You really cannot be doing much tricks with a kanabo. That's about the best you can do. That's why I prefer to use it like this, which gives a double end action. It's not too good because your strikes will hit a lot less hard if you hold it here compared to here, especially here. But if you hold a kanabo here, let me just tell you, this is hard to lift up. Dropping it, easy. Lifting it up, that's taking everything out of me. Now, this kanabo here got off Cult of Athena back like a year or two ago. It was my first weapon actually. I don't know why it's my first weapon, but it was. It is a oak wood, I think. I do believe it's oak. There was three options. The other two look way nicer, but I like this one. This is my favorite looking. I just really like the plain white, yellowish, brown look to it. Whatever oak looks like to you. It did come a bit chipped. Yeah, you can see it clearly there. Sorry, the lighting is dog shit, by the way. It's not great. Let me just see if I can fix that. I have no idea. That's better. Is that better at all? Probably not. Anyway, you can clearly see the damage. That wasn't caused by me, surprisingly. That was on it before I got it. It was either done during shipping or during the manufacturing process, but it wasn't me, I swear. On God, it wasn't me. Either way, it is. Let's see, I think it's octagonal. It might be nine-sided actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's actually nine-sided. I forget the name of that. We've never learned that in school, so that's your problem. Probably a nine-agon gun. I have no idea. Either way, it is a nine-sided wooden pole. This is all one thing. This is the start of the log. This is the end of the log. Just wrapped with leather and shortened here to make it a handle. This is, as long as you don't hit like steel or a hard wood multiple times with this thing, it's never gonna break. You hit it with a sword, it's never gonna break. It is virtually impossible to break if you use it like I do, which is not at all. But let's go over some of the applications of its use, seeing as I don't use it at all. Because I do know how it was used, at least a bit. The kanabo, due to the metal studs and just the sheer heft of this thing, is a anti-armor weapon because it can't do anything else. If you are to fight an unarmored opponent, this will break bone if you hit anywhere, basically. If you hit the skull head, it will cause skull fracturing, brain hemorrhaging, instant death maybe. I can very much believe that. Let me believe. Let me tell you, I smacked myself like this with the this part. There's no weight behind this. Tapped it against here. That left a bruise for a week. Hitting here with a fully powered strike, it will kill you. If you're wearing a helmet, you will survive barely with a skull fracture at the bare minimum, severe brain damage at second worst, pure death is likely if your helmet isn't very, very protective. This is a pure offense weapon. There is virtually no defense behind it. If you want to defend, you don't hold it like this. You hold it more like this. That way you can either redirect strikes, either like that or like that. You can full on block. If it's going this way, you can just go like that. Upwards, left, right, down, whatever you want. You can technically hold a kanabo like this. Because of this at the top, it's almost like a mini mace. Just like with no weight behind it, but that still hurts. I'm sorry the lighting's so bad, you can't see shit. Let me see if I can actually fix that. Just for your viewing pleasure. There we go. With that, it is faster by a lot. I can actually work with this now, so I can. Like, much faster than even holding it here. But if you wanted to have a defensive weapon that has good offense, this is not it. This is pure offense. And because it's a two-handed pure offense weapon, you need to wear armor, because you can't have a shield. Unless you wanted to use it like this. But you're going to kill yourself if you use it like this. Either because you break the ligaments in your arms, because of just how heavy it is. And if you use it one-handed, you can't use it right. You're going to use it wrong. If you use it wrong, you're going to hurt yourself, because you can't mess around with this thing and not hurt yourself. Not in the way that you'll hit yourself, but your body just can't handle it. Just by swinging this thing alone, you put yourself at danger by overextension, which would look like a bit like that. If you can see this arm, the wrist is bent badly. Here wasn't so bad, but certain angles, it will be very bad. That is very bad for your hand, your wrist, whatever, your arm. It's very bad for you. You cannot do it if you want to wield a weapon safely. That goes for all weapons, but especially a weapon like this, where once you swing it, you can't stop. If I was to, you can't stop that. If I put all my force behind stopping it, I can't. Literally impossible. Only way is if you hold it higher up. That still isn't fast. This is not nimble. This is sluggish. Sluggish is too good a word for it. But let me tell you, there is only one weapon that isn't like a shotgun or a sniper rifle to the head that I wouldn't want to get hit by, and it's this. I would take my chances with an axe over this. I would take my chances with a sword, a flail, anything, a gun. This, it's gonna... If it hits you on the chest, breaks all your ribs. Hits you in the head, death. Hits you in the legs, your legs are broken. Hits you in the arms, your arms are broken. If it hits you anywhere, with any amount of force, it's gonna do a lot of damage. In terms of just... that alone would cause severe damage, depending on where it hits you. If it's the head, you could probably break, like, fracture your skull. I know it's hard to believe just by doing that and imagining it, like, look, I'm holding one hand, it can't be that heavy, but leverage is the name of this game. This is a long lever. This is about maybe 4 foot tall, 4'10" tall. It's tall. There's a lot of leverage. Like, this is longer by my hand, my arm, shoulder to top of my finger. It's longer and by like a half as well. This is very tall. There's a lot of leverage, there's a lot of weight. You can make a lot of power. And if gravity is on your side too, by swinging downwards, all, it's very lethal. It's very dangerous. You don't want to get hit by it. Like, get hit by an axe around here probably will do more than this will do. But Jesus, it's like apples to oranges. Pick your poison. This is very deadly. And although I'm glazing it a lot here, saying how dangerous it is, it's very rarely used by samurai actually, because all the things I just said. It's a very simple weapon. You swing it, and you don't do much else with it, because there's nothing else to do with it. You could probably make a kanabo with a spike on the top, or at least a spike down here. Like, you can thrust like that. Hell, you can thrust like that too, but this is flat. It's actually rounded, so it would do less harm than you'd think. Which is still a lot of harm, by the way, but it's not that bad. If I was gonna get hit by this thing, I'd want this end to be thrusting anywhere around this area, because that's not gonna hurt that much. This is a purely swing it and win it weapon, because if you miss your strike while swinging this, and your opponent is conscious, you're gonna die. Because your only game plan, if you miss, is bring it up as fast as you can, but if you put force behind it, you're slow. You're very slow. If your opponent manages to block it, which is nearly impossible, which is how much power goes behind the swing of this thing. I don't know how they block it, but if they do, it's over. If they dodge it, it is over for you. If you miss, it's definitely over for you. The only way you can really stop death is if you miss so hard, but you hit the ground. That stops all the momentum, allowing you to bring it up before they barely hit you. That's the only way. If you're fighting a sword, you've lost. If their sword can thrust at all, this is useless. You cannot beat a thrusting weapon like a spear, a halberd, poleaxe, sword, that mace I own. If there's a spike on top, or the bomb, or there's a point, you can't win. Not with this. If you are lucky, you're fighting someone with a dagger. You can outrange them at the very least. But if you're fighting someone with a dagger and you miss, say your final words, because it's over for you. You can't win. This is the most gambling weapon possible. You either hit someone and you've won instantly because they're crippled and they're in agony and nothing can stop that. No amount of armor can stop the impact of this from being body destroying. If it hits you in the shin, you fall. If it hits you in the arm, you drop your weapon. This arm, it will be like jelly. It won't work. Your bones completely destroyed. Hits you here, your rib cage is broken. If it hits you anywhere in the back, you're paralyzed basically. Hits you in the head, you're probably gonna die. Again, unless you have a helmet, which is skull fractures are better, I suppose, but personally, I prefer to not be brain dead. But it's your call. You want to be dead or you want to be brain dead? It's equally shit. But defense, this has none. If you want defense, this is the worst weapon you can possibly go for. There is no weapon that comes to my mind that is less defensive oriented than this. There is virtually nothing about this good about the fence except, I guess, it's a long ranged. It has a good reach. If you can somehow keep your opponent away from you by sheer intimidation alone, then it works. I guess they can't hit you if you're if you're out of their range. I guess, but what you get out of it versus what you don't get in a fight, like a historical fight against another weapon. Personally, I think this is garbage as a weapon. Don't ask me if that's true or not. That's my opinion, because I've never fought a war or a duel with a kanabo or any weapon for that matter. But it's fairly useless in my opinion. Just for combat alone, for design, I mean, it's a plank of wood shaped into a nine-sided object with studs in it. It's not exactly pretty. It's not pretty at all. I just realized I have a light in here. I should have done that ages ago, but there. You can see everything again. And better. This is not a looker at all. Especially because of the damage that's done to it. Like, I don't know what that's supposed to be. I don't know what the hole in the middle is supposed to be. Maybe they shoved the steel rod in for reinforcement, but it's ugly. What can I say? It's a wooden cylinder with studs in it. The leather wrap is amazing though. Now, if you do this, the the leather, like I don't know what that is, but if you do that again, pardon me, I mean, if you do that, it's fixed again, so no problem. Now, if you do this enough, you will get friction burn just because of that happening. If you pull your hand down, that it does burn a little bit. If you pull it up, it's not too bad, but it comes up a bit in a way that if you slide your hand down it, it will get sore. That's edging my kanabo, but you know what I mean. It will burn eventually, but it's not that bad. I'll never be uncomfortable by doing this too much. I'll get uncomfortable by swinging this thing too much. That hurt my arm, and my arm isn't even like fully straightened yet. Just doing that, that's not comfortable because you have to put power into this thing, not just to swing the thing, but just to put it back. So it's very tiring for your body. Even a very fit person, very strong, they can't use this for too long. Like, usually with weapons, I can just hold them. Not with this. You have to hold it somewhere. My shoulder mainly. You have to hold it like this, otherwise, there's nothing you can do with it because it's just so big, so heavy. Don't take that out of context, but it's very cumbersome, slow, heavy, sluggish. It's everything bad, but there's such a good reward for it. Personally, I think it was pretty cool. I think it's around 200 to 100 euro again. It was shipping that made this thing 400 euro. Shipping's a bitch. From America to Ireland, anyway. Britain's pretty bad too, but that's because of Britain being Britain. This is fairly high quality, I think. It's not bad anyway. Apart from all the blemishes on it that I don't know how they really got there, but if you don't talk about the blemishes, you only focus on like the wrap, the just how it feels, the handle, how secure it feels. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. I don't think these what would you call them, pins. I don't think they're ever gonna fall out. They are. They feel secure. If I hit someone with it, I doubt they're gonna fall out. It's not a looker. That's the main point. It's not a looker. The kanabo is a weapon, a very, very simplistic weapon, and I like that. Maybe that's why it was my first weapon. It is nowhere near as complicated as a sword, doesn't need as much training, as safety, as a mace, it doesn't need as as much cleaning, I suppose. It's easier to use, easier in quotation marks, because technically, if you just get at someone and it hits them, they fall to their knees and they can't get back up. Yeah, it's easy. It's very easy if you can just hit someone with it. But if you don't hit someone with it, then either you or you have to do something like that and hope this rebounding strike hits them. If it doesn't, you miss again, but at least you're in a block. Except the momentum's going like this, and you have to do that, and momentum is the key of this weapon, is game. If you don't use momentum, you can't use it. That's about it. If you miss, you have to block, or you have to use your momentum to either do another strike or to try and block again. And you can see, just from me doing it. Now, I'm not experienced or good or fast by any means, but that is very slow, and that hurt my wrist. I don't know if you just saw that, but my one hand couldn't support this. That's how heavy this thing is. That's how really hard it is to use and hold and just exist in your presence. This is almost how I prefer to use it, because you can actually fight with this. You can thrust with it, not particularly well, and it's not very comfortable because you're sliding your hand down steel or iron rivets. It's not comfortable. It's not meant to be. You're not meant to hold it like this. You're meant to hold it here, not here. But because of the mace head on the end, you can use it like this. And because all the weight is from here to here, it's actually not that bad to use. You can use it like that and pull it back up. Like, you can use it like a pole. Slide your hand down gradually as you swing. Pull it back up as you retract. That's how you use a pole arm, and you can use a kanabo like that. You shouldn't, but you can. Same concept goes for the actual handle. You can, do that mid-swing. Wow. Hard to do in slow motion because it's just so heavy, but you can do that. But I would never recommend that, because holding like this, as I went over earlier, it's very hard. You might be able to see the muscles of my hand are straining to keep it up. My veins were exposed during that, because this is already hard. This is already hard. This is very hard. I can't really describe how uncomfortable that is, just how hard it is through video footage, because you can't feel this. If I hold it here, it really doesn't seem that bad. This is how most weapons feel. This changes everything. It's a heavy weapon. It's not lucker. It's not deadly in the hands or against an experienced warrior, and if you're not skilled with it, especially compared to something like a sword. At least with a sword you can kill yourself. With this, you're just gonna hurt the ligaments in your arms and drop it, and then what do you do after that? You get killed by your opponent. That's it. But there's something so simplistic about it. Either because you just hit shit with it and nothing else, or maybe just how simple the design is. It's a wooden pole basically with studs in it. Maybe it's my inner weeb telling me, but it's a cool weapon in my opinion. It is a samurai's weapon, even though samurai never used it much because of everything I've just gone over in the last 20 minutes. It's slow. It's very bad defensively. I would never defend something like this. You cannot use it very well. I'd rather use it like that and try and do that. So like that is the fastest, closest thing to a combo you can do, but it's not. It's not a good weapon in my opinion. It does what it's meant to do very well. Anti-armor. If you hit someone wearing even knight's armor, like the best armor you can get in history, this is gonna destroy it. Anyone wearing it is gonna be crushed under the armor. There is nothing you can do to stop this thing except dodge it or put all of your weight into blocking a strike from this thing. Because leverage, it's very long. The weight, it's pretty heavy for a weapon. The reach, everything about it just says power. Power is what the kanabo stands for. No axe can compare, no sword, no polearm, no spear. Nothing compares to the brutal, just unadulterated power of the kanabo. This is power in its truest form. It is just power. There's nothing else to it. You hit it, and it does insane damage to whoever you hit, or you miss and you get killed for it. That's the kanabo for you. I make it sound like it's the worst weapon ever made. In my eyes, it's not too far off. But I really love this thing. It barely fits in the shot. It's long. It's cool. It hits like a fucking dump truck. And, it's simple. And there's nothing wrong with simple. I think simple's really cool. You don't have to worry about edge alignment. You don't have to worry about maintenance that much. If you wanted to, you could maintenance it. I don't know why you would. It's a wooden pole. You don't have to worry about it getting damaged because it's a wooden pole. You don't have to worry about that stuff. Even without the metal studs, without the leather, even if half of this was chipped, it's still gonna hit like a dump truck. The only reason this wouldn't be usable is if it broke here. If it broke here, it's useless. Broke here, you can still use it. Not very well, but if it broke here, it's over. Broke here, you can use it one-handed or a bow hand. It's the same. But I think I'll call it there. Getting dark, and I've rambled enough about the power and shitness of the kanabo. So that's it.